I saw your diaries.
And we welcome you into the Rowdy Studios. Tom Voort with Stephen Levine talking free agents. Free agents, drivers that are in the final year of their contract who could be looking for work or rides next year. I want to start with an intriguing guy.
Well, here's the list.
Okay, give us the list.
Truex Jr. in a contract year at Michael Waltrip Racing. Joey Logano, Ryan Newman, Kurt Busch, Jamie McMurray. I think those are the big five right there.
I agree. I want to talk about Newman a little bit.
Okay.
Because he's struggled to get sponsorship for that car, but he has performed pretty well for Tony Stewart. Do you see him staying there next season?
Well, Tony Stewart said just the other day, I would like him to stay. I would like to keep Ryan Newman as part of Stewart-Haas Racing, but I've also given him my blessing to go and look around and test the market because we haven't ever been able to sell an entire season of sponsorship for Ryan Newman. And don't forget, in all likelihood, Stewart-Haas Racing is going to bring Danica Patrick up full-time in 2013.
But Danica doesn't really have a bearing on Ryan Newman because she's got her own sponsorship package, her own deal.
But it still impacts the resources that Stewart-Haas Racing
has.
Well,
either way, he needs sponsorship for Ryan Newman. That's the bottom line. Danica or no Danica. I think the real guy that might impact a Ryan Newman is a Joey Logano. Because I think if you look at Joey's results at Joe Gibbs Racing, we know, or we think we know, they were very close to signing Carl Edwards last year.
I think Carl Edwards was basically in that car.
I think he was pretty darn close, if I had to guess. And we are guessing, right? We don't know this, but
we've heard rumors.
We've heard tell. And in any case, we know they were talking to the guy. So they're looking at Joey. He's performing okay. Still no breakthroughs for this kid, despite the talent. I think he has talent. So you know they're thinking about their other options. Is Ryan Newman an option? Would Martin Truex Jr., given how well he's performed so far this year, be an option? I think that's what you have to look at, is how do the puzzle pieces all go together?
Here is an intriguing notion for Joe Gibbs Racing in the 20 car. Joe Gibbs, throughout his career, both as a football coach and as a team owner in NASCAR, has shown a willingness and perhaps a knack for dealing with hotheads, for dealing with tempestuous personalities. Kurt Busch,
I agree,
might be.
But look,
Joe Gibbs might be the one place, the one good ride Kurt Busch could still get.
That's possible, but there's one other player in all that, and that's the sponsor. And I think if you look at Kurt Busch, he's certainly done nothing this year to dispel the notion that he has a temper. Now, we didn't see exactly what it did at Darlington, but there was a ruckus afterwards. But we've also seen the talent level of a Kurt Busch and what he can do behind the wheel. So I think it takes a certain combination of both sponsor and owner to say, you know what? Sure, he's a bit of a hothead. We hope we can temper that a little bit, but we want that talent. And someone out there, I think, will give him another opportunity. It would behoove him to not have any more incidents for the rest of the season.
Right. Now, the guy we haven't talked about yet is Jamie McMurray. Now, Jamie McMurray had one good season after being reunited with Earnhardt Ganassi Racing, and I guess the only positive thing to take away if you're Jamie McMurray is that the team in general is down. Juan Pablo Montoya isn't performing any better, but Earnhardt Ganassi might just have to clean house. I don't think they will. I don't think they'll get rid of Juan Pablo Montoya, but I do think they'd sooner get rid of Jamie McMurray than Juan Pablo Montoya.
Yeah, but again, I think it comes down to options. It comes down to who do you have that you want to put in that race car to achieve more success than what Jamie McMurray is achieving. Because as you say, there's pretty good evidence that there's some problem with the equipment that those guys, neither one of them is able to overcome. Because you also have to look, when you look at these free agents, at young guys coming up. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., where does he end up? At some point, that kid's going to be ready for a cup ride. And that point's probably next year. Is he going to stick around Roush and wait a little while longer, see if they can get another sponsor, blah, blah, blah?
Well, for that matter, Trevor Bayne, who's part of that Roush stable. There's only going to be one ride at Roush, and it'll probably go to Ricky before it goes to Trevor. What about some of these other guys, like a Justin Allgaier, or some of these other nationwide phenoms, these hot nationwide drivers? Are they going to be moved up to cup rides? It's interesting.
Yeah, limited number of seats, and if you're a free agent, you got to find one.
And I think Martin Truex Jr., I think Michael Waltrip Racing will probably re-sign him just based on how he's been performing this season.
And, you know, if you're there for the turnaround, sometimes you want to kind of see it through. And who knows what he will have achieved by the end of this year. Guy could be in the championship mix. I mean, certainly running up front and leading laps.
Right. Now, I believe Joey Logano will be gone. That is the one thing in this conversation that I'm...
Barring some kind of turnaround, yes, I think you're probably right.
All right. Well,
All
there
right.
you go.
That's our look at free agents for Stephen Levine. I'm Tom Vandervoort. We'll see you next time.